What's up, YouTube?
What's going on, guys?
We're here with our friends, the staff of Americano Barber Co.
Yep.
Yo.
We got the great. You want to go ahead and introduce yourself, Cody?
Yeah, my name's Cody, and I'm the owner, and I've had the shop now for about 4 years, and this is the homie.
My name's Steven Noriega, and I've been cutting with Cody since he opened up.
Okay, cool. Nice. So just a little background on how we met. Started getting my hair cut here, chopping it up with Cody. Fast forward, we throw a summer barbecue here.
Summer get together.
Summer little get together.
Deal, yeah.
Shout out Renat Products.
My boy Tony.
I just thought it was so crazy how Cody just opened up the doors, let us come in here after chopping it up with them, just sitting in the chair. Because I feel like that's how it is when you're a barber, right? That's one of the things where you make a connection with, and you have to. We were chopping it up the other day, Steven. You have to be kind of a people person when you are a barber, right?
You got no choices. Like, what are you gonna do? Just sit there and not say anything while you're getting cut? I mean, I'm pretty sure there's people like that, that don't want to conversate.
Yeah, there's a barber for everyone. You know that there's barbers out there like that. You know, we don't want to. we even have one
make it
in
a
our
little
shop,
awkward and stuff, right? I mean, I try to say something when I'm getting like my hair cut or something, to be like, yeah, no, whatever.
Nah, you know what? When I was little, I wouldn't be able to talk to my barber because I used to go to a dude who spoke Spanish and I didn't speak Spanish.
Yeah, he's a no sabo fool.
I'm a no sabo fool, so yeah, that was a little interesting. So I guess there's a barber out there for everybody.
Yeah, there is.
That's true. That's pretty dope. That's a good statement, I guess, to kind of bring up.
Because it's like it's just such a personal thing. Because like you're really touching the person, you're up in their in their space and stuff like that, and like tattoo artists. You know what I mean? Like you're there for hours. You know what I mean? Getting work done. Sometimes it's some weird ass spots. You know what I mean? Like when my boy Clumsy was doing the back of my thigh, like he's all up in the butt, you know what I mean? So we're there having like conversations and shit, like, talking about kids and family and stuff, and then all this was like fucking like moving my ass cheek out the way so he could get wherever he needs to get into.
Yeah, I guess it's similar to being a tattoo artisan at the same time too, because you do have to. Well, haircut is about an hour, right? If you're doing like a full haircut,
yeah, exactly.
About an hour there chilling with the dude, and you chop it up, and the conversation goes everywhere, as we have sat in the chair and talked before.
Yep, it's like a relationship. You have people that just don't really mesh. So I mean, I see it. You see it all the time. I mean, it's someone that sits in like my, in a girl's chair doesn't always want a dude touching them. They might that's what they do. Man, kills me. There's dudes like that they just want to go to a chick, no matter how the haircut comes out. It's just like, I just want a lady touching.
I didn't even think about it that way, bro.
Yeah,
but I guess there is people out there who think
it's a certain
that way.
A personality type.
Yeah, which, I mean, nothing wrong about it, I guess, to each their own or whatever, but it's like, come on now, man, come on.
Yeah.
Like, come on, dude. Straight hetero, Come on.
I would think so. So let's start with Cody. What got you into barbering?
I fell in love with it at a young age. I worked in a shop. I had an older sibling, my sister, and it was actually in a salon that I was kind of around all the time. I just spent a lot of time in there. I would, sweep up. I was like those shop bitch, if you want to, But I had fun. I had fun in the shop and getting to know all the customers, and I met my first girlfriend in there. And my prom date. It was fun. Plus, I was around a lot of cute girls, but yeah, that's kind of
that's a plus.
What got me in, and then later on, I kind of got introduced to the barbering side. But so that's kind of how it started out.
How about you, Steven? What would you say got you into barbering?
Mainly it was just not having to work for somebody at the end of the day.
Yep.
I used to work behind the desk for 8 years, and it was like I got tired of going to the dude and being like, can I please get a raise, or just kind of begging for something that I felt that I just should have gotten regardless.
Yeah.
So once I got laid off, it was just like time to wake up and start making my own money and charging what I want to charge and getting paid what I want to get paid.
Yeah,
that's about it.
One way to look at it,
Because I feel like you do have a lot of freedom when you are a barber, right? You're able to plan your life accordingly, right?
Yeah, that's like the main thing that most barbers, I think, you look at it and you're like, yeah, I'm not like tied down to one shop or another. Like I have the freedom to to go where, and when and where I want.
And when to work or when not to work.
Yeah,
or whatever,
overseas,
right?
I could do this. It's a universal thing. It's been around for, it's one of the oldest jobs out. So besides, being a hooker,
That's also an old profession.
if I were to, choose.
And you are your own boss. Well, sometimes I guess, you got the ones, over here by Figueroa that, they got someone to answer to, I guess,
No, definitely.
But yeah, it's like what you say, like when you have your own schedule or you're your own boss. Like we have a buddy, Jesse. He's a truck driver, and he's like, I like my freedom. If I want to work, I'll work. If I work a full 7 days and then I'll take 2 weeks off.
That's the only dude that I know who could just do something like that. That's crazy. I mean, but that's what when you're an owner operator like he is, because that's what you kind of. In a sense, I guess you are technically not an owner operator, but
he's like a what do you call it? Like a
independent contractor.
Yeah, independent contractor.
Independent contractor.
That's the correct term. Yeah, for it.
Yeah, but with barbering, it's like you could technically take off or whatever, but at the end of the day, you still have to treat it the same way,
Yeah, you gotta be professional in the sense, right?
Yeah, it's not just you doing a job that doesn't involve anybody.
Mm-hmm.
People come to you and people want their haircut done at certain times, and the more times you're not there, the more times you cancel or whatever, it's gonna, hit you back in a negative way as well. So you kind of still have to be there. You still have to make your times, stick to whatever you're there for.
Yeah.
And just, you got to keep yourself reliable.
Yeah, and then you build a relationship with your customers too, right? So it's
like
they know when you're available, when you're not, things like that. So then once they start getting to knowing you more, then they know when to.
And not only that, it's just right? like when you cut a hair, man, like your personality, you kind of get certain people.
Mm-hmm.
So based on your personality and based how you are and how you talk, or just people, just certain type of people just gravitate towards you.
Yeah,
that's what I feel.
Absolutely.
So I see Cody's clients, and Cody's clients all seem to be a certain type of way, and Jay's clients are definitely a certain type of way, and so are Michelle's. So it seems like we all have our own type of people that come to us to get their haircut.
Yeah, that kind of gravitate towards you or whatever, feel more comfortable with, going to you.
Yeah, it's just interesting to see that the type of people I attract to my chair. Mm-hmm. And okay, well, why am I attracting those type of people?
Yeah.
I get some crazy fuckers, but I don't think I'm crazy.
Why
am I getting these people, bro?
That leads into the next one. What's a good story that you guys would have to say? Like, what's the most gnarliest experience? And whoever wants to go first, what's the most gnarly experience is somebody in the chair that something happened that just was crazy.
In the chair. I mean, I get shit. But this is Long Beach, man. They got crazy people every week.
Yeah, no.
So it's hard, man. I got, I have a homeless guy that comes in. Every so often he'll just pop in. And this is I started a few years back, and he said it was his birthday. I just gave him the benefit of the doubt. It was fine. I cut his hair, and he just pops in, and it's I don't know if you. What's the character from Dave Chappelle, the guy, Tyrone Biggums, I mean, he's just wilding out. You never know what he's gonna do. He might come in real calm and chill and just sit there, or he might come in and start dancing, literally dancing in front of the entire clientele. And he's always very joyful, very happy dude. And so it's kind of funny just to when he comes in, I'm like, oh shit, here we go.
What version are we?
Never know what I'm gonna see. And usually drinking, when he comes in. So what level he's gonna be, I don't know. So that's just one character that we see in here. But Steven had a guy not too long ago. He was kind of he was telling him, I don't know if it's true, if he is an ex-military guy, and it's kind of sad, but the dude's a little, you never know what this dude's gonna do. He's a little. So I can't tell if it is PTSD or if he's just...
It's something, man. He comes in hallucinating.
Oh, no way.
Yeah. One time I got done with his haircut and got up and shook somebody's hand who wasn't there and said bye to him and paid me and bounced. And he came back with a 6-pack.
Damn. That's pretty gnarly.
Oh, yeah, that's the cool thing about him. He usually brings a 6-pack afterwards and starts handing out beers to random people.
Yeah.
I think Hey, but that being said, it's hey, we have a shop where it's we're gonna treat you whoever you are. We're not gonna be dicks. We're gonna be cool and try to treat you as a human. When you come in and just be welcoming as we can. And it's like we don't know their what they've been through.
Yeah,
and,
backstory or whatever.
Yeah,
or
so,
what they're going through.
So
I like to live my life like with based off the golden rule. You treat others how you want to be treated.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's the best way to do it.
Yeah.
But no, like anybody hung over in the chair comes in and just
Fucking
like
yakking
or
No,
never happened.
You know what? I did have a guy do that. I don't know if you were here. Yeah. He doesn't come here anymore, but he came for a good long time. And he literally, like, in the middle of the haircut, he looked bad, man. This guy, he was just all over the place. And then he's sweating bullets during the haircut. He just gets up and he's like, "Oh, I'm sorry, man." And he runs to the back. He grabs my trash can, and I'm like, "Oh shoot!" And I open the back door, run to the back of the shop, and push him outside, and he just starts throwing up in the trash can. And
damn,
yeah, I mean, you could tell he felt really bad. I think he had to do it. He had to get up and do that twice in the middle of a haircut.
It was hurting, man.
Yeah,
like why wouldn't you just cancel a haircut? I mean, I know you need a haircut. I know you want to get a haircut.
Look fresh,
but like, come on, man. Like,
that's a good question.
That my boy Cody's book, dog.
You ever have anybody pass out on you in the chair?
Pass out in the chair?
Like not
fall
fall
some
asleep.
crazy stuff, man. I've been doing it for so long.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
had.
Is there like anybody just like faint?
I had a guy faint in the chair. On actually multiple times, and then twice, I think, or maybe 3 times. But one of them was like how I started was with this old Sicilian barber. Mm-hmm. So it was like a tiny little shop up in Monterey, and very, very cool older guy. And this dude was in my chair, just all of a sudden he starts drooping in the chair, and I'm like, "Hey man, you all right?" I tap him, like, "You good?" And thinking maybe he's just passing out, like, "You good?" But then all of a sudden he just like hits the chair, slides out of my chair, like halfway down, and I'm like, and I grab under his armpits and just lift him up, and I'm like, bro, you all right? And he's just kind of going in and out, and I just get him some water, but it turns out he was a diabetic. Yeah, man. And so his blood sugar must have just like dropped like crazy low, and we got him a lollipop actually, and then he after 5-10 minutes, he was like good. He got up and walked out, and freaked me out though, man.
Brought him back.
Yeah,
that's not. What about you, Steven? Anything besides the Invisible Man?
No, I mean, like, I think the one that was most uncomfortable for me was this guy came in. It was just me in here, and I guess he heard his boyfriend talking shit about him on a voicemail. So as I'm cutting this guy's hair, he's calling the guy, and when you're going through it with your significant other, you're just like. It's like about to end. He's just all nervous and his heart's beating all crazy. So he's calling this guy, declines. Calling this guy, declines. And then finally the guy answers. And he's like, "Hey, I heard you talking shit about me." And the guy was just like, "You know what? Fuck this shit. I'm done with you. It's over." And he just hangs up.
The other guy hangs up.
And then so this guy's just calling him, and the whole time I'm just like, "Oh, please." I just started this haircut too. So I was like, man, this guy needs, I don't know what I'm gonna do, because I'm uncomfortable. He's all mad and frustrated and quiet, and he's calling the guy, and that guy's like, "Call me one more fucking time, I'll block you, Oh, shit. And so he hangs up. Sure enough, he gets blocked. And so it's just going straight to voicemail. And then finally, the guy's just like, "I just want to talk to you," and this and that. So he just wanted me to get done. He was like, "Are you done? Please, I'm going to go." So I just...
You got him decent and let him bounce.
I just got it done as fast as I can and just let him out, man. But I think that was the most uncomfortable. For me, it's always couples for me, man.
Did you... Now, okay. Now, did you make him pay for the haircut?
Yeah, why not?
He's having a bad day. His dude just broke up with him. Come on, man. You still need him to pay for the haircut?
This ain't charity,
I gotta go take my girl out before she breaks up with me. What the hell? Come on, man.
Well, he's gonna need that haircut, dog. You gotta pick up somebody else,
This is true.
You should pay double after that, man. That's that. I mean, after putting him through that,
I think it's just like
you can't wait till after the haircut.
You know what's another one was uncomfortable is when like a guy brings in like his girlfriend with him.
The one you were saying, you were talking about when you brought your homeboy who has the Asian girlfriend and she speaks like fluent Asian, and then you were cutting homeboy's hair?
Whoa, wait, hold up.
Oh,
Fluent
yeah.
Asian?
Oh yeah. So one of my
Like whatever language it was.
one of my
Japanese.
homies, his younger brother, he's really cool kid. But I think he's in high school at the time, and he was chilling on the bench, and this couple I remember the guy was Australian, and then the wife was like this really pretty Japanese girl, and she was
Japanese.
She was sitting on the bench.
Sorry, bro.
And mind you, my customer is Mexican. His little brother is obviously Mexican, and he, I won't talk about this kid, but he's a funny kid. And all of a sudden, like halfway through the haircut, he just starts like talking to the girl, but he's talking to her in fluent Japanese. Turns out like he's been taking Japanese all 4 years in high school, and he's pretty fluent. And I mean, the girl's like cracking up. He's getting her smiling and laughing, and this dude is just sitting there looking, giving him the eye like, what is happening? Because this, Australian, he doesn't speak Japanese, so he can't get this kind of smiles out of her. So you just see him turning red and, just losing his shit before. You just tell it's very uncomfortable, but it was hilarious. I mean, how, a high school kid, man, just like whatever.
Fucking
but
sick, bro.
Pretty funny, man.
You're just getting your hair cut up, and it's like if like a white dude was dating a Mexican chick, and it's like you just rapping to her full Spanish, and she's giggling.
Yeah,
come on.
And you don't even know what they say.
And you just gotta like watch. He's sitting there watching this kid, for half a haircut, 30 minutes or something.
Yeah, man.
Just like
that's why you don't bring a girl to the shop, man.
you just don't.
What's another one for you,
That's the
Steven?
saying, right?
You just really don't. You just want. I mean,
that.
you bring your girl to the prison and take her through.
Well, it's not just that as well. It's like some girls too. Like some girls are very controlling.
Yeah.
And to me, it's like when I was growing up and I went to a barbershop, there was no appointments. You just sat down and you waited.
Yeah.
And so you had to know what kind of haircut you're gonna get, because if you don't know, everybody around you that's waiting is gonna get pissed off. Mm-hmm. They're gonna tell you some shit or whatever, So you gotta know what kind of haircut you're gonna get, Yeah. But nowadays it seems like these people come in and they're like, well, I don't know what to call it, And then the girlfriend comes in with a picture and is like this, Oh, I want him to look like this. And so they're standing there looking at you, and like the whole process of getting your haircut is kind of scary, because I gotta bald you halfway, and she's looking at it like, oh damn.
And he wants to look like Cristiano Ronaldo and shit,
But it
right?
just
Just get all
You got her in the back. You got her like looking at him, trying to make like
different textures.
She's trying to do like secret
people
codes.
don't understand that sometimes, right? And like some hairstyles are just not gonna happen with your hair.
Yeah,
well, that too is just. But to me, it's like, look, imagine you telling your girl, hey, I want your haircut to look this way, and going with her to the salon, showing a picture of an Instagram model you follow, and be like, I want her to look like this. That's never gonna happen.
Well, why don't you go date her?
It's like, imagine.
Or why don't you DM her?
That's never gonna happen. But for some reason, we see that a lot.
Oh my gosh!
They'll show me a picture of some Instagram dude with all his hair and all that. Like, I want him to look like this.
I mean, come
on.
Bro.
Okay, well,
come on.
I can only do so much.
Come on, man. You're telling me that hey, you're fresh into this relationship, right? Mm-hmm. Telling me that you're not going to get your hair cut a certain way to continue doing.
I mean, she got to be like, she got to be like.
I'm just saying. I'm just saying.
It had to be like.
All the shit you do to your hair, and you're going to come over here and tell me that.
Yeah. I mean, I don't care.
Cheetah, it'll orange, red.
It'll grow. I don't really care.
I mean, let's be honest. Going to the barbershop is like usually it's a guy time. You go in with your boys and you have a beer or whiskey. You sit down, you talk with your barber. Yeah, you have a good time, and it's a place kind of like for the boys. A lot of times, and this is Long Beach, so it's a very diverse community. We get everyone we get tons of women coming in here, so we're not that. I'm not saying we're like a douchey shop, because we're really not. We get everybody in here, but you shoot the shit with your barber. Yeah, right. We get everybody in here. We have a female barber. She's awesome. She's a incredible barber. But yeah, so, and then you got, on top of that, you got the guys that come into the shop and I want to say, call them just a straight up bitch. Like they'll come in and say, bring their girl. And like, they don't say a word, whatever she wants, she's the boss. And it's like, okay, well, you can't, just tell me how you want your haircut. You know what I mean? Just,
to me, it's like,
you can't.
Yeah, it's just so, like, it's your hair, dude. Like, you've had your hair your whole life. To me, if I was a girl, in my head, what I would be thinking is, okay, well, if I'm able to tell him what he wants or tell him how to do his hair,
Yeah.
then that means his mom was doing it, telling the barber how to do his hair before
Yeah.
I was. So this guy doesn't know what to call it, what to do, anything. Why? Because his mom was there. Okay,
Yeah.
well, now her time is up. So now the girlfriend, now it's your time to take over, you know?
Yeah. It's like,
And he's just sitting there in the chair with like, you know? So it's like, I don't know,
yeah,
man.
she knows best. She's whatever she likes.
To me, it's just like, I don't know. I always knew what I wanted to do with my hair, and if my girlfriend didn't like it, then she didn't like it. I was gonna do it regardless, you know?
Yeah. So like when you had the mullet.
I had that mullet, and that was going strong. And there was words. There was words behind it.
Changed.
We had a
It was
hard
just more
mullet
of
going.
a thing, a statement that I had to do it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It was already. We were locked in, bro. We were locked in.
Yeah, I was gonna do it too, but then he beat me to it, and then because we were talking about it. She's like, "No, you're not gonna do it," and then he's like, "Oh, now I'm gonna do it."
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
now
And
it's
just for the record,
It's
your girl,
happening.
I was trying to talk you out of the thing to keep your relationship going. I was like trying to help you, bro.
Oh, we were in, boys. We were in. And then it just got even just. But the thing was with me, I think when it just, I've never been able to, I have a bad neck as it is. Just my neck and my back is just, I don't know why. It'll act up. When I have long hair, I don't know how to wash the shit. So what happened with the mullet was one day I pulled my hair wrong because my hair gets knotted because it's curly. It's really curly. And I have fucking all kinds of grease in here right now. So that's why it's doing what it's doing. I put my hand in the wrong way, and my fucking neck was locked up for a week. That was why. After that, bro. After that, yeah, dude. I
got a
I
back
shit
injury
you not,
from
dude. It's
your
like
mullet,
fucking, yeah,
That's
dude.
why he was walking
Damn.
like this.
And I was walking like a fucking.
He
Oh,
was turning his
man.
whole back for like 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Michael Keaton's Batman.
Dude, I live this life, bro.
Turns whole body.
I'm telling you what happened. This is what happened. And after that, I was like, all right, it's time for the mullet to go.
After the mullet lockup,
Yeah, bro.
that was crazy.
It was dope though. It was a good experience.
I mean, it looked funny.
It was curly, so it was like, you know,
It was pretty. Yeah, it was
a
pretty
different
cool.
vibe.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, that too, man. It's like these styles that I never thought would come back or that I would ever have to do. Just come up now, you know, every now and then.
But it's just a cycle, you know. Sometimes that usually happens, right? Like right now, like 90s stuff is like real, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then like TV shows, like Stranger Things, you know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
they're going back to the 80s, and people like that nostalgic feel.
Everything
or whatever,
everything
you know?
comes full circle. Everything.
And it's also the world we live in with social media. Like if one dude's rocking, like look, I'm not gonna lie. Look who I started watching, and look why I got the fucking mullet. Ye Old Rat King, bro. Theo
Yeah,
Von.
Theo Von. Yeah,
You know what I mean?
yeah.
It's like you just see that shit. Like you see somebody and like, oh, that shit looks
pretty
kind of cool.
Yeah.
But then you realize like, damn, I'm Mexican and I have curly hair, and this shit probably won't like.
Well, I mean, there's some iconic like Hispanic mullets out there too. You know, what
There
I mean?
are, there
But
are.
you just don't have the hair for it.
I just
guess
don't
we
have
can
the hair
just
for it,
go ahead
I
and
don't.
say that. You know.
It's like too wavy, but curly at the same. I don't know. I have weird hair, man. Cody cuts it. You know that it's
He's like,
thick.
yeah, that shit's fucked.
Yeah.
It's an experience, bro. I
It
remember
is,
we were
man.
gonna
You got
smoke.
some hard-ass hair.
The day I was gonna cut it, you were like, "Oh, you're not just cleaning up the sides." I was like, "No, I'm gonna take it down." He's like,
Oh, I need.
I
the
didn't
other
believe him.
clippers.
I didn't believe him. He's like, "Oh yeah, that's not gonna happen today, bro. That's gonna take some time." I was in here for like an hour, a little over an hour when he was cutting that thing off, bro. It was gnarly.
You
And then I
had
had
some
to
hair.
come back because remember, you fucking made me walk out of here with that. What were we calling me? Eraser head.
Oh, you had the kid in play or what?
And I had because it was so long and it was so weird.
it was- the top was so long,
He was
man.
cutting it. He's like, "All right, you're good,
was
bro."
like-
So I grease it, and then I get home the next day, and then I'm like, "God damn, what the fuck?" It was like lopsided. I'm like, "Oh shit!" So then I make another
My
appointment,
bad.
and Cody's like, "Oh shit, man." Yeah, dude. Like I thought we got it all down, man. He's like, "Nah, we're gonna go in again."
Yeah.
Fucking hooks me up. But Cody's.
Yeah. No,
let me let you know. I just came in here with a different kind of vibe.
Are you trying to get that My Chemical Romance shit right there?
I
Like,
wasn't,
fucking-
bro. I was trying to get rid of it
Oh, okay.
because I had it in my head that I was gonna braid that mullet, but they just never got
And
to
it
that
didn't-
point.
Yeah, it never got to that point.
Because I've had my hair braided before. And it
Yeah, I seen it.
hurts like hell.
It's a lot of money too.
Dude, braiding. That's crazy. I
Braiding,
didn't know it was that
that's-
much.
That's
I
a
didn't-
whole nother thing, man. Braiding is its own
like.
separate category. I mean,
How much were you telling me that lady charges? That one lady who's like real
well-
popular, real
well,
popular.
yeah, you know, I've just heard about her. You know, she works down the street, and one of my barbers, he had longer hair, at the time of, but he asked her how much it was. And I think, I want to say she started at like $450. So I mean, that's just the starting. I mean, and then I mean, who knows? It probably been like $600, $700, $800 at least just to do the whole job and all the time. But I guess she was doing Nipsey Hussle, and so she had a name. You know, she had got a few. Once you get a few celebrity or even one, you know, you get his picture up there, and then all of a sudden you can, you know,
but you had a different tier. I
raise
guess,
up
the price done went up.
Yep.
That's what's gonna happen.
So.
Crazy. That's insane. Well, what's your like? I guess your opinion on like when barbers charge like $300 like to do a haircut, like these celebrity barbers and stuff.
Hey, I give them props. If you get to a place where, you know, whatever gets you there, that you can charge what you charge for your work. Hey, yeah, more power to you, man. I'm like, that's awesome. You know,
because I know there's like people that hate on it because it's like, well, it's a haircut. You know, you should kind of be like in the same realm. But then it's like, well, if people are willing to pay for it, why not?
Exactly.
You know?
Exactly.
That's what I feel.
Yeah. And usually these people do more than just like cut the hair. They'll do like texture or like some kind of paint and your eyebrows, you know, and all that stuff. They'll add on a bunch of that stuff just to charge that amount. But which is why, you know, the more we learn, the better we get and the more we can charge. Man.
Yeah, the more skills you pick up, then the more you're able to offer to the client, and then that's why you're able to.
Exactly. It's a craft, you know, just like anything else. And, you know, you get even bartending. You got bartenders that, like, you know, they're chilling over here at like whatever crappy bar and, you know, making, you know, basic cocktails. And you got like these guys that are in Vegas, you know, mixologists or whatever you want to call them. But and then
shit comes out on fire in a fucking glass jar underwater.
I mean, it's how serious do you take your craft? You know, whatever you do, it's just how serious you take your craft and how good you want to be, and you know, where do you want to be?
Yeah, and where do you want to end up too? You know?
It makes sense. Yeah, and then it's like, it's not just you guys too. At the same time too, it's not just barbering. You got to be able to market yourself on social media a little bit too, right? That comes with it. If you're trying to get to that next tier, you have to be. It's crazy. Just like when we seen with the podcast and everything. It's not just like, okay, we shoot an episode, we upload it to YouTube. No, you got to be active on social media. You got to be, you know, it's crazy. Like I can only imagine what it is for you owning your own shop. You have to post on your Instagram. That's like another full-time job right there in itself.
Man, it really is. Man. Doing all this. It's a side thing, man. It's a whole nother job that, I mean, really should be paying someone to do it. But yeah, like if, you know, most barbers, you don't have the extra, you know, or cash to be paying, you know, someone to run your Instagram, but it's a big learning curve. You have to figure out like how to do it correctly, you know, or else it's not going to grow.
And that's why you do a lot of, like how we did the pop-up here, a lot of the events and whatnot, you see that's why you do it, because you're trying to market out like a couple people. Like when we were in here having the barbecue, some chick came in and asked about like how she could get a chair in here, or how she could cut and stuff like that. Or, you know, people were asking about how they could book an appointment and whatnot. And that's why you do the little pop-ups that you do, the little events that you do to make your presence known in the community, right?
Yeah. I mean, I love Long Beach, you know. Actually, yeah, it's just cool being a part of the community and really having fun at the shop. I like to, you know, when I started the shop, that's what I want. I want a spot where people can feel comfortable. They can come, hang out, shoot the shit, or, you know, we can have special events and just have fun all the time. And I can do what I love to do every, you know, day in and day out. And so it's just a way to change things up, is doing these summer parties and stuff like that. But you're just getting to know the community. You know, you're getting to know people that you wouldn't normally get to know. Maybe they wouldn't come to the shop if they didn't see that. So
definitely.
Yeah, I mean, that's kind of why I got that little VW 58, just so I could go to those little Volkswagen meets, you know, talk to people, try to hand out my card, try to get as many people as I can in there. And I think the more of an outside life you have, the easier it is to kind of get people in here and get their haircut by you.
Well, see, you have the perfect template. Just like what we do, like that kind of coincides to why I started the other podcast. A lot of people in the car community. You know that. You're going to find, you'll figure that out when you start going to your meets and stuff. That's your in, because if you really wanted to, you could set up like a barber box and put it on display in the backseat of your car.
Yeah.
And then that's a conversation. Oh, you cut hair? Yeah, I do. You're in. You know what I mean? all it takes is like we said, all it takes is some little clip to go viral, or somebody who has, hey, shout out Long Beach Load, bro.
Yeah,
somebody, all it takes is that little bit. Like we watched it last night. I uploaded the clips of Cruising with Cressy. So to Live and Die in LA song, 13K views, 5,000 views on Instagram, stuff like that. It's like just that gets the people in so that they can come and watch our real show on our page. It gets subscribers, gets all that stuff. So that's like something you could do with your car. Just like you said, hand out your business cards, and everybody cuts their hair, dude. Everybody does. And especially if they see you chop it up with them, and you're a real sociable guy. We've always come, whenever I come over here and I stop with my truck, we chop it up in the front.
Yeah.
It's you getting your name out there, like you said, and then just meeting these people. They're like, oh, Steven's cool. I'm going to cut my hair with him. You're 100% right with that, bro.
You just got to be consistent, right. Man. I mean, the more they see you, the more people see you, the more they talk to you, they kind of, start liking you and just kind of give you a chance, man. You just got to talk to them like a person and someone, like you said, talk to them like how you would want somebody to come over here and talk to you, have fun, laugh. When I walk into a place, people would look at me and the first thing they're like, oh, man, fuck this dude, man. I don't know what this guy's up to something, dude. So, for me, I have to be like very nice and soft-spoken and just to kind of get people to kind of loosen up, and not feel so,
threatened by the 6 foot tall bearded man.
Yeah, basically. A fucking Bigfoot walking in, but, it just helps to be able to talk.
Well, that's like I said, man, dude, like if I were to never get like I said, I looked at the shops when I was looking to get my hair cut, and I was thinking at the same time too, I was like, damn, Long Beach. I already had that in my head, like, damn, Long Beach. I looked at where the shop was at. I was like, man. And to be honest with you, I was looking at shops. This was like one of the spots that had the availability to cut my hair. So I was like, man, well, it looks like a pretty, dope shop. I was like, fuck, man, well, let's go check it out. I thought it was going to be like straight hipster vibe. Like I was already putting it in my head, you know what I mean? And it's like,
assuming.
I was already assuming,
Yeah.
I was like, man, come in here, talk to Cody, talk to you guys. It's like, oh, all right. It's just like a regular barbershop, you know what I mean? But I feel like you guys are really good at making people feel comfortable and feel welcome. Like I said, Cody, ask if you want a beer and, hey, blah, 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 chop it up and whatnot. And very good at what you guys do, I feel like, you know what I mean? And it's kind of based on what we talk about on the podcast, Unusual Friends. You can't judge a book by its cover. 100%. I think that's 100% the truth because, like I said, if I would have judged, I would have been like, oh, no, these dudes are fucking hipsters, man. Yeah. You're gonna want to they're not going to know how to do a fade, man.
Yeah, they look like they eat vegan cookies and shit.
Well, right? Over the years, I mean, there's a lot of, you could do something your whole life. And, if you don't pay attention to the little things and what people say, like I ask questions, I ask my clients a lot of questions, like, what shop were you going to, last year, or, what was it like? How did it feel when you walked in there? And, I listen to stuff like that, and they'll tell you, people tell you straight up, yeah, I didn't feel comfortable, or, I walked in and it was very intimidating and they didn't like acknowledge me. So those little things, like, part of being a business owner, like you get to create the kind of atmosphere you want in your place. And that is, like, to me, the coolest part about having your own shop. You get to kind of create that with your barbers, and customers get to come in and enjoy that. And they're like, oh shit, this is pretty dope, man. I felt, and you see that in your Yelp reviews and whatever, like you start seeing it, and little by little you feel like, okay, like, trying to be cool with people when they come in and offer them drinks and make them feel comfortable. It goes a long way,
Hospitality,
Yeah, straight up. It's simple. Hospitality, just treating people good and, hoping that actually impacted them.
Now, let me ask you guys this. This is another little question. So did anybody put you guys on game about the whole, like, talking to your client, making them feel comfortable and stuff like that? Is that something that you just have to know right off the bat, like, okay, I'm cutting hair, this is how it's going to be? Or did you pick that up from, like, obviously you're getting your hair cut your whole life pretty much, unless your mom cuts your hair or you cut your own hair or you don't grow, you grow it out or whatever. But, like, how do you learn that aspect of the job? Is it when you start your like apprenticeship at the shop, or like who put you on game about being social to your client that's in the chair?
I just think a lot of years being behind the chair. You know,
Is
you don't. Yeah, it's something that you just learn over time and you just pay attention. I mean, even Steven, he grew up going to the shop, so he knew kind of like what it was. You know.
Well, it wasn't just that. It was also like I said, I worked behind a desk. I wasn't allowed to talk. You know.
Yeah.
So, see, that was I remember you saying that the other day, that when we were talking about kind of a little bit, you said they wouldn't let you talk, right?
Yeah, no, you couldn't talk. You have to keep your head straight, do your job, no talking.
Yeah.
You know, you only talk in the break room. You only get a 10-minute break and a 30-minute lunch, and that's the only time you could talk within 8 hours. So it's like coming in here and I could talk, and my whole business is talking and cutting hair.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, well, when I first started off, it's like, well, I'm not that great at cutting hair, to be honest. So how do I make up for that? Well, you make up for that just by having, a good relationship with the person, good conversation, and having them want to come back and just to talk to you. And if you do an average haircut, then you do an average haircut. Mm-hmm. But they're coming back to you to talk to you, and
because you built that relationship.
And in time, your haircuts are going to get better. So, when you're first starting off, it's a little tough. But I think what helped me out was just being able to talk about just random shit. There's always those friends that you have that when you're going through some shit, you kind of want to go and talk to them, or just even just be around that person, So, I got to try to be that way, or try to be some kind of friend that, people will kind of get used to seeing and they want a certain thing from. Mm-hmm. I get dudes telling me about their wives. I get, kids coming in talking about their school or whatever. So
dudes talking about their dudes.
Yeah. Dudes talking about their dudes.
Breaking up and shit.
Breaking up and shit.
Crazy.
So
breaking up is hard enough. Yeah.
Yeah. So, that's what it is. I think that's what I like to think it is.
Yeah. Any advice for somebody thinking about getting into the barbering trade? I would call it, because it's a trade. You're using tools.
Yeah, I would say it's a lot more than cutting hair. That would be.
Well, that's what I think that's what we just established right now.
It's
like you're a shrink. You're a psychiatrist. You're when they're in the chair, like you said, you ain't going nowhere, because they're not gonna walk out of here with the half botched haircut. It's your kind of not really your job, but at the end of the day, it's your job to keep them cool and calm and collective till the haircut's done. Then you're cool. You can walk out the door, right? Done. To a certain extent. Because, they're going to think about it too at the same time. Like, damn, my dude just broke up with me and I got a fucked up haircut. If you're able to dial it in and damn, man, I'm looking sharp, I'm going to go back to this dude again. He didn't freak out when I started yelling on the phone. Relationship for life, bro.
No, yeah, you definitely do get some crazies, but it's a fun. I definitely wouldn't do anything different. It's a fun little job.
But just you guys would say to kind of have these people know that it's not just about the haircut. You have to be a people person, a people person
absolutely,
at the same time, right?
Yeah, you got to be a people person, absolutely. You could get by for a long time without being a people person, but why would you just want to get by? We do this because we love it. If you love something, then you want to do it. You want to be there the next day, and some days you don't want. Kind of it's hard to go into work sometimes. It's like any job, but there's a few hours into working. A lot of times I'm like, oh yeah, this is why I love what I do. And you have to re-fall in love with it. And get hyped and. See what the new trends are, and go to events and go to these little barber competitions or whatever it is, to stay
keep that
that passion alive. Like a marriage, you got to do the same crap. You got to take your wife out. We got to wine and dine her, and re-fall back in love with her every day. It's not gonna just stay that like
forever. Yeah,
it's not gonna stay up here forever. You got to keep it there. So. Mine does. I don't know, but you guys got to try. You know what I mean?
Very true. What do you guys think about guys that like doesn't stay consistent with one barber? I'd like to just hop around.
Dudes that hop around.
Yeah.
What would you have to say about that?
Well, I feel like I don't really care because it doesn't bother me. But you're never gonna go out of your way for people like that, and they're never gonna be happy with their cut and their barber. You got guys that bounce around, and it's like, you usually get to know your customer and their hair type after 2 or 3 haircuts. You're like, oh, cool, I know their hair, I know what it can't do. And you kind of get a good idea of that. And when you hop around from different shops, you kind of never, I don't know, you're just never going to get, I feel like, a great haircut. You're just going to kind of get whatever. Because I feel like when you stay with your barber, like me, coming from the barber's side, like I just feel like their haircuts get better and better as I get to know their head and their hair type and all that stuff. So,
What about you?
No, I'm cool with it. I mean, for Cody as a shop owner, if the guy's just jumping around from people inside the shop, I mean, it really doesn't matter.
Yeah.
You're still gonna get whatever the guy, as long as the guy keeps on coming here.
Right.
But me as a barber, I mean, it kind of does. It feels a little weird when the guy. I think they make it feel weird. Because honestly, to me,
they don't want to look at you.
No, I don't care. And they walk in and they try to hide. Like sometimes they'll just walk straight in and sit right there
And not talk to you because they're getting.
and not talk to me. Put their head down.
Because I think it feels like, and see, like, I don't trip. Like, the thing is like, at the same time too, with appointments, it's tough. And if you're working a lot, that's the thing. Like, I try to keep to the same shop and whatnot, but at the same time too, if your boy's busy and you need a haircut, you're gonna get a haircut.
Right.
But I don't know if I would come in hiding or anything, because it's the same thing. It's like, I feel like I've never got that here. You know what I mean? Like that, like what you're saying, that vibe of like, oh, look at this fool. He's gonna go from cutting with this dude to cutting with this dude. Nah, I feel like Cody's across the board, because Cody even tell you like, oh, nah, I'm booked up, but I think Steven has some openings or whatever.
Cody's
He'll push you around and whatnot.
Yeah, I'll direct you to the next chair, because I would rather you stay at the shop, and have one of my barbers take care of you, and stay loyal to the shop than lose, than possibly like lose a customer to another shop. Maybe, it's like, keep them here and make sure like they get taken care of. They got an event, and I don't have time to do it. It's like, why would I just want them to like suffer without a haircut or, go somewhere else where I know they're going to get a whack cut or something, put them in that situation. I know all my barbers are good. Everyone here, I would easily send any client to and be confident that they're, going to give you a bomb haircut and you're going to have a good time in the chair. So,
That's because it's like that meme that's going around. Like, I'd rather cheat on my girl than cheat on my barber.
That one's good.
You have people that are like very like committed to their barber, and that I think that's pretty cool too. Like you're stuck with one person and you're comfortable with them, and you just keep going. Cause like my boy Jesse, he's been going with Cynthia for like 20 years. You know what I mean? Since that fool was like 5.
That's insane.
Yeah, it's pretty nuts. But I think that's pretty cool in a sense as well.
Would you guys ever do like a subscription to a barber?
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a good thing to bring up.
Subscription.
Yeah, like
people
Netflix,
like a gym membership.
Like
charge
a
you
monthly. You
pay like $80.
That's
and
a
you get
fucking
like
good
2 cuts or
idea.
something.
Did you think about that?
No, I think I heard somebody talk about it before, and to me it was like, it seemed a little weird, but the more I think about it, it's like, why not? Seems like everything's
subscription
based right now.
Going to that,
Yeah.
right?
I mean, hey, it's nice to have your income coming in, and it's
Consistently,
like,
right?
yeah.
Or something. Or
How would you do that though?
You probably just give them one free haircut.
Yeah, you basically, or like a half a haircut off or something. Like if if there's some dudes that come once a week, so I mean, for or twice a month, for those kind of guys, it's probably worth it. It's like maybe you charge them, a haircut and a half or something like that, and they're gonna book their appointments, book them ahead of time, and they got everything set up, and it's like cool, saving some money, and for us, I guess you're just making
and then that can bring more clientele too, I guess, or attract other people to come. That's interesting. Yeah, because I think you would do something like, if you get 2 haircuts a month, it's X amount, and if you get 3, it's X amount.
Yeah,
right. Type of deal or something.
Then how would you book that? Like, would you have special days just for subscription
I
clients?
have like blacked out, like Disney,
Like blackout
black
days.
off, black off December.
You be able to, come in on a Friday.
You had the gold tier.
Since you got the bronze tier, this is like the shitty tier.
Emerald tier.
You come here on a
You
Wednesday.
get Mondays and Tuesdays. We're closed on Mondays, so you really
You gotta pay for your own goddamn parking.
You gotta pay for your parking too.
That's
You gotta buy us lunch.
That's another. That's
included.
Parking's included. Cody's gonna go out there with quarters and throw them in your meter.
Fucking
premium version. I go out there and
throw an orange cone out there for a parking spot.
gold pass. We
Why
kicked
is there a cone in the spot?
we kicked the
That's a
parking
gold tier
meter
member.
guy's
That's
ass.
a gold tier member. Mind your business.
That'd be pretty cool though. I guess that'd be something. Something to look
subscription?
forward to. I'm pretty sure someone's doing it out there.
Oh yeah. I know one of my clients. He moved out to Idaho. He's going to a barbershop that does the subscription thing, and he was telling me that they rush the haircuts, like they're in and
trying
out.
to
So
just bang
you know,
them out.
I mean, you're gonna lose some of the quality. I can tell you, like if you're not doing like your setup with your barber where it's in a lot of time, like you'd be like, I'm get these mother truckers out of here. They're paying me, whatever a month. So, you're gonna lose. There's gonna be a trade off there at some point. I mean, when it comes to the quality or the time or whatever it is,
Yeah.
I don't know how that will work. So,
I mean, I didn't even think about that till now, but like, yeah, it's just fucking crazy how many different types of subscriptions you can have
so many
these days now. Gym, movies.
It's like, look, when this whole shit started, I don't know if you guys remember Netflix, when you fucking pay, what was it, like $3 or $4 a month and you get the DVDs in the mail?
Yeah.
That's how it started off.
It's what killed Blockbuster.
Yeah, right? That's what took it out. So when you went from that and then when everything went fucking streaming, and then it went up in price, right? Or you can still keep the DVDs in the streaming, but it is this price. And then now it's like going up and up and up. You want the 4K? It's $25, a month.
Yep.
You want 5 people on your fucking on your account? That's an extra $5. Yep. So the whole thing about that was it was supposed to be like less expensive than cable. Cable's expensive. I don't know if anyone has cable and shit. I don't have cable anymore. I just do Hulu because it used to be less expensive. But cable now is like trying to like lower their prices because now people are realizing, well, I need to have a Hulu account because I want to watch this show. Or I need to have Disney because I want to watch, Disney movies. Oh, but this is on Netflix. I need to get Netflix. Oh, then now it's Paramount Plus. Then you got Peacock and you got CBS. So now it's like,
Yeah.
So then people like what? They share passwords, There's that. But then eventually they're going to start blocking that shit too.
Your shit's going to get pinched when you're trying to watch it and this fool gave your password to 3 other fools. So now you can't even watch your own shit.
You get kicked out.
They're starting to crack down on all these freaking family.
I mean,
passes.
come on. Would you be pissed if you were the owner of the
You were the one that was
and
paying
then
for
you
it?
try to go watch your Netflix and you can't?
Dude. I mean, if I'm, if I charge this dude to get his haircut, give him a little subscription and his homie comes in his place.
Imagine, bro.
No, what the fuck, dude? What do you mean, bro? But yeah, dude,
He ain't even gold tier.
Pretty sure I would be. Yeah, I came here from my homie.
Hey, go get your cut, man. I can't make it. Just shoot me $10, bro.
Yeah, basically, yeah. I think I'd be pissed too.
Yeah.
Right, yeah, you got some people trying to scam. I mean, actually, this week, one of the customers comes in here. He owns a car wash, and he has the system set up where it's pretty cool. Actually, I just bought one. Talk about subscriptions. I just bought a damn subscription to this. $30 a month or $20 a month or something like that, and you come in. You can get your car washed anytime. And this system like reads your license plate. It's like behind you, so it literally just drive up the little arm opens and you get the car wash. It's pretty freaking awesome. Mm-hmm. But yeah, of course people have he was in here one day and I was like, hey man, does people try to scam that and put on different license plates and he's like, of course, man. You get like 10 a month. They're like putting on they get their they take their license plate that they paid for and then put it on their wife's car or whatever.
Illegal.
Yeah,
highly illegal.
Fucking falsification.
Yeah, it's pretty gnarly, dude. Yeah, just to get a car wash. I mean,
but that's the thing. It's like it's in our nature. It's that's what we do. We try to squeeze as much as we can out of this little fucking dry ass lime. You know what I mean? It's just how it is. We can save $1, we'll try to do it. But then there's like people like me where it's like, nah, that's too much work. I'd rather just pay the extra $20 on my other car. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's just how I am.
It's true.
Trying to squeeze get all the value for your money, man.
Hey, man.
Yeah.
It's the world we live in.
Especially nowadays, man, with this, everything going up in prices, Well, how do you guys deal with that? Do you guys, raise your prices depending on, like, your clippers that you guys got to buy? And
We actually lower our prices here. We try to go bottom tier. No, I'm kidding. We raise the shit out of our price, man.
You heard that here.
It's like, yeah, man. Well, inflation. Everything got so crazy during the pandemic, man.
Mm-hmm.
We had to. I told the barbers we had to we tried to wait as much as possible, as long as possible, to raise our price.
Yeah.
Because I think everyone was raising their price day one.
Yeah.
Come back, I got to make up for that money, And I think people were noticing that.
Mm-hmm.
I heard from clients it's kind of like a messed up time. Everyone's. A lot of people are in a bad spot, and it's kind of So I held off. We waited. Good 4, 5, 6 months to but I had to raise the price, and all the all the barbers are better for it. Everyone's making better money, and you had to, or else you're just not going to survive.
Yeah, everything
working
went
for
up.
free.
I'm pretty sure all products and everything that you use went up in price.
Everything, towels and product, back bar, all this stuff
The stuff to clean
rent.
the clippers.
Yeah,
Every little damn thing you could think of went up. So yeah, there's no other way to, but then to raise your price. So, but we do make sure we try to offer the quality. It's not just hey, we're raising the price out of nowhere. We want to make sure that you're comfortable. You get a drink. You're getting a good cut, hot towel. Jay likes to give him a massage. I'm not gonna massage anybody. But, you're not getting no happy endings here.
You want that service? Go get at my boy Old Time Jay.
Yeah, you want a massage? Go to Old Time Jay. But yeah, no, he is a great barber. But you ain't get no vibrations. No vibrations.
You got one of
from
those
me.
Theraguns and shit.
Yeah, those little.
That shit's work, man. I bought one. I'm
they're
lost
pretty
in the
cool.
sauce on them.
Damn, but what's 2 minutes in the back gonna do for you?
Yeah, I mean,
Hey,
it's
bro.
gonna make me more mad. I just
Profit
feel like,
counts, man.
Yeah, it's all right, dude. You done? You done? Done what you doing back there? Or what? Can I leave now?
Hey, we good or what? I don't know when I'm supposed to get up.
there was this. It's funny. I heard the stories about this old guy that owned the barbershop. The last one I worked at when I first moved out here, and he was a crazy guy. I heard a lot of the stories about this dude, but he was known to put this giant, you're finished getting your haircut, and he would put this giant black dildo, just hanging, throw it over your shoulder, be like, what the hell? I would have probably lost my shit if I seen that. But he probably had these clients for years and years and years, and you could laugh at that. But if you're
black snake.
I can't imagine if my barber, if I was just going to this guy for a couple months, and this dude.
And then he comes out with that. But then it's was it ever used? Is it
No, it
zero
was just. I'm
miles
pretty
on
sure it was just to
Brandon's behind you, you know what I'm saying? He probably cleans your neck with it.
Yeah. Oh, let me get
They
that
said
extra
that- I heard
powder off.
Start slapping your neck with it.
Yeah, instead of a neck duster, you
that
just
OG
get
mud
blasted
bone?
in the.
Damn.
That's terrible, man.
Oh man, that's crazy.
Yeah.
Shit.
Hey, but Nate, that's what happens, right? I guess in barbershops and stuff.
Yeah, I
Shit
see a
like
lot
that.
of crazy stuff at my shop. So,
Yeah.
the shop I used to go to when I was younger.
Yeah, didn't you,
It's
people get in
normal.
fights at that place? You were saying?
Yeah.
You were saying?
Imagine, man.
Bunch of fights, they show me porno covers.
Damn it.
Stuff
How
like
old
that.
were you?
I'm like
I was a
13.
child. Yeah.
13?
Going over there.
Seems,
But you think these are real? But I was like, I don't know, man.
Shit, man.
I don't
Freaking
even know what that
weirdos.
means yet.
Shit, my mom's outside, man.
yo.
Put that shit away.
Oh, man.
Yeah, it was. I think barbershops now are a lot different from how they were back then. But
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, you got to be a little more. You can't be doing shit like that no more.
Yo, look
No.
at all right, look, we'll put it in perspective. Look at the calendars that they were giving my dad's shop, the engineering shop,
Yeah.
when I was little. It was like babes of the world or whatever, right?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Fast forward to now. 12 top golf courses in the world, bro.
Kittens.
Yeah.
or landscape photos.
Landscape photos, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Johnson Controls.
Tractors.
That's just what's happening. You know what I mean? I'm not saying it's wrong. You know what I mean? It's just, that's the way it is, bro. You have to, bro. Changed. And especially we go back to social media, man. You can't run a shop like that. If some shit comes out like that, you're all like, somebody could tear your ass up on Yelp.
Liability, man.
And that's it. All you need is just that one person with X amount of followers and
one hater, bro, is all it takes.
Yeah, I mean, you know, and it is a bummer because it's like it's a dying. You know, it was something to be said about like having the guy shop back in the day. Mm-hmm. It was a barber shop was like, you know, it was basically like a dude's hangout. Mm-hmm. You know, fast forward, like I mean, it's awkward. You see a mom coming in and with their kid, and there's a Playboy's chilling, you know, sitting there, and you know, it's just very uncomfortable. You know, it's a different time.
Like you got the poster of Pamela Anderson right there and shit, you know, it's like, like at car shops, you know what I mean? That's like notorious, right? They would have all the fucking babes on the wall and shit. Like, you think a woman's gonna feel comfortable going in there, trying to take their car, get their car fixed and shit? Yeah, can't have that anymore, so.
Nah, that's cool. I mean, some things needed to go and some things it's kind of sad to go, but, you know?
Yeah, you have to adapt.
You do, bro.
You gotta do what you gotta do, man.
It's a business, right?
Well, and it's like just like us, like, you know, like we grew up in like, well, I grew up in this trade pretty much where we used to talk a certain way in the shop. We used to like say some wild shit, you know what I mean, back in the day. But now it's like it's different. You got to watch what you say. You can't say certain things now because it's not socially correct, which I get. You know, sometimes I guess it could be hurtful. You know,
I think with all these appointments that they have to make now, there's no.
There ain't 6 guys waiting.
It can't happen anymore. You know what I mean? Like, I used to wait. There'd be a room full of dudes.
Yep.
And all, you know, some go to high school that I go to. Some are just grown men, you know, and everybody's talking and there's people sitting on the chairs too. And it's just full of guys and you just hear all these conversations. So
out loud, you're all there.
Exposed to all of it, you know?
Yeah.
But now with the appointments, it's like you only limited to talk to maybe... whoever's on the chair.
Yeah.
And they're talking to the barber, so it's like that whole
dynamic is kind of
it's a little different. Because you're gonna show if you got an appointment, you're gonna show up like 2 minutes before your appointment is. So that way you can just
people 10 minutes.
Yeah, there used to be lots of good points. There used to be a lot of guys waiting at once, you know. So that's kind of like, you know, due to the pandemic, like, you know, you don't have that many dudes just chilling waiting, you know, for a cut, you know, anymore. So
when did that happen? When did the appointment whole thing stop? Come into play and whatnot.
I think barbers just kind of realized that it was, you know, it was kind of a good way to go because like you eliminate, like I've been doing it for so long, and you know, I was at Franco's barbershop, and we had a bench like this, or like 6-7 chairs. I mean, there would be guys in every spot there was on the bench, and two near the door, and then our guy in our. It's a 3-chair shop. So you got all these dudes waiting. It's a lot of pressure. You know, you're trying to get this guy out, get the next guy in. And it's just a very stressful way to work. You know, I think, you know, realizing now how much, like, you can chill more. You focus on your work and not have to stress about getting him out, the next guy in, pissing the next guy off because, you know, or, you know, you rushed him and, you know, maybe someone got in before him. He wasn't in line there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Hooking up your friends. Yeah, there's just so much shit that we can kind of stumble over with that process. And now, but yeah, going up to appointments, COVID like just took that way and forced you to do it because people couldn't wait. You know, you can't have 6 guys. You can't social distance in a little shop, you know, and so you had to go appointments or, you know. Yeah, people were plus now, I mean, you know, people are so sensitive. You got conversations going, you know, it might not even be that bad. You're going to offend someone. People are like so sensitive or everything, man. So you're going to offend someone. You know,
that's going to happen.
It doesn't take much.
Kind of got bounced.
You got bounced?
Yeah, my bad. I mean,
we'll wrap it up here. You guys want to just talk about how they can get in touch with you guys?
Yeah. Cody?
Oh, yeah. So the name of our shop is Americano Barber Co. in downtown Long Beach. You can find us on Instagram. Our email is the same, Americano Barber Co. And it's the same tag for everything. So hit us up if you need a haircut. You can book online or give us a call. We'd love to have you and get to know you. shoot the shit, have a beer with you, and give you hopefully a really, really good haircut. So.
Thank you guys. I really appreciate it. And thanks for all the viewers who are watching out there.
Yeah, just make sure like and subscribe, leave some comments, light us up, make fun of my list. I don't give a fuck, whatever, dog. Like, say something.
Cruising with Cresty, episode 2 gonna come
MC
out.
PANCHO coming up too. That's next episode. Yeah. So stay tuned for that. All right, guys. Later.
Appreciate it. Peace.
Thanks, guys.
Awesome. Thanks, guys.